He right there. He's ready, man, and we definitely appreciate him. Coming off the heels of the fight against Boskoe, man. I couldn't wait to talk to you. I wish we could have got you sooner, but you busy doing your thing. We doing our thing, man. Happy to have you on now. But let's get right into it, man. You guys finally got to hash it out in the ring. Talk about your experience, man, boxing in the ring with Boskoe for a few rounds.
Man, that shit was a life-changing experience to just be a street dude and have a beef with another street dude over some bullshit like it's always been, you know what I mean? And then having the shit being resolved in that manner, it changed my whole my whole thought process, you know what I mean, on all that sort of shit. So, you know, shout out to Big Uncle Snoop Dogg, shout out to Triller, and shout out to Boskoe, you know what I'm saying, for just walking them dogs with a nigga. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, talk about that, because it seems like, you know, y'all was kind of going at each other, you know, real hard, pause. But now it's like, you know, it's a newfound respect. Not that y'all love each other, like each other like that, but it's a newfound respect. Like back in the day, like once you fought a guy, I remember a guy I fought in 5th grade ended up being my best friend. So once you fight somebody and taking it to the ring, as opposed to taking it to the street, somebody getting killed and keeping something going. Talk about, you know, how, you know, much, you know, we should do things like this, how important, I should say, you know, a fighting arena is like that, you know, to keep guys off the street killing each other and shit like that.
Right.
Well, it's very important because, I mean, it's funny that you touched on that and the guy that you had to fight with in 5th grade, because, I mean, motherfuckers wouldn't, but I'm on my way to Boskoe up right now. We on our way to motherfucking brunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this new Range Rover I bought, you feel me?
All right.
So,
God bless you, brother.
Shout out to Boskoe. And I do love that nigga, you feel me? And pause, you feel me? And it's a new it's respect that grew really fast because, you know, on the business tip, now you got all these people that's throwing billions of dollars in our face to do different things together. You know what I mean? And of course, we're not going to talk about what those things is right now on my brother's podcast, but they're paying us to do different things together right now. So that alone in itself caused many conversations to where, you know, I understood where he was coming from. He understood where I was coming from. And it just sparked some shit to where, you know, like that's going, I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of my best friends in life moving forward.
Dope. You know, I do martial arts. I also do boxing. I get up every morning and I do it and spar with people and understand after 3 rounds or after 3 minutes per round, going over and over again, there is a level of respect because there's a level of fucking exhaustion that it goes into that. And you go to another level of mental, you know what I mean, capabilities, places you ain't know you could go. Talk about that aspect, because a lot of hard motherfuckers, they talk shit, they run their mouth, but it's a totally different animal getting in the ring, putting on 3 minutes, off a minute, putting on 3 minutes, off a minute, man. Talk about that experience. It's boxing in general.
Right. The whole thing with just being exhausted, the whole thing about just having a respect for boxers, like this shit is nothing like a street fight. Let me just tell you that. You know what I mean? And I trained like a motherfucker for this fight. But what I didn't do was stop smoking weed. And I didn't run as much as I should have. Now, I'm on the bike. I'm, you know, punching the bag. I'm talking about hours every day. But I didn't run. And I didn't have respect for the core things that I knew would I didn't know. Let me take that back. I didn't have respect for the core things that I didn't know would fuck me up. You know what I mean? So me smoking, I mean, I took a half ounce of weed with me. Excuse me. I took a whole ounce of weed with me. And before we got in the ring, I smoked all that shit. You feel me?
Damn, my nigga. Oh,
my
shit.
And Boskoe being 100 pounds heavier than me.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, it wasn't me coming out with the draw. I was proud of myself. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, shit.
Man, Boskoe, man. So y'all niggas crazy as hell, Gonzoe.
Not yeah, I don't want to like, you know, spark nothing, but you know, for the people who don't know, what was the nature of you guys beef in the first place? Why were you guys beefing? And yeah, talk about that first. Why'd y'all start beefing?
Man, the stupid ass internet shit. Like, you know what I mean? He says he didn't do it, but Boskoe, you know, this nigga got a lot of pages. You know what I mean? And then he also, in his defense, has a lot of motherfuckers who follow him and ye shit on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
one day I'm chilling, and I think I was at Chili's or some shit. And my son's mom is, you know, my son's biracial. You feel me? So I'm sitting at dinner, you know what I'm saying? And somebody come on there like, this nigga fucking with a white bitch. Automatically, I go crazy because
Right.
first of all, you know what I mean? You speaking over my son. Second of all, it's like, you know, this shit is way deeper than that. And it's usually the motherfucker who talking. Excuse me, bro. I gotta turn this motherfucking air on in this bitch. It's getting a little motherfucker. It's usually the person who talking who ain't, you know, they not really with the movement. They ain't really out there trying to help people. They ain't really out there trying to get equality or understanding. They just out here to hate and trying to blame it on the motherfucker because they pockets ain't looking right. You feel me? And most of the cats, that's what it be. Like, motherfucker don't want nothing but some money that they could show off on Instagram. But, you know, getting back into the shit, that shit just made me lose it. You know what I mean? Because it's just a whole lot of shit going on right now to where I don't want to be looked at as the racist motherfucker. You feel me? I want to be looked at as the motherfucker who handle business on all motherfucking fronts. And if you fuck with me, I'm going to handle my business rather. I don't give a fuck what color you is. You feel me? So that's the type of shit I'm on. You know what I mean? Now, 1,000% for black people, nigga, that's me. 1,000%. But if I gotta say it and a nigga's on my page with some ignorant shit like that over my kid's face, I'm gonna try to find out where you live at, and it's gonna get serious. And that's what happened. You know what I mean? To where I started trying to find out where this nigga live at, and he started trying to find out where I live at. You know what I mean? It was just a serious situation to where he wasn't knowing how I get down. I wasn't knowing how he get down. There's people in the middle who was like, yo, somebody gonna fuck around and die. Y'all niggas, you know what I mean? Bump into each other because everybody know what's popping. And that shit right there just turned into some whole other shit. Because now he's from one side, I'm from another side. And motherfuckers just started, you know, bickering and certain things started transpiring to it wasn't good. Feel me? Even on some real shit in jail. Like motherfuckers is in jail, you know, dealing with each other. But certain people beefing on the streets may spark certain shit in jail that niggas don't be needing. So, with all that being said, man, this nigga was like, fuck it, we finna squash this shit. Nigga, meet me at the park. So, we tried to meet up at the park and fight and get this shit over with because it was getting serious. And some older niggas and some G's was like, y'all niggas should, you know, if it's about that, meet up, get this shit over with because it's starting to bubble over and that, you know what I mean? It ain't that serious. So we try to do that. Boskoe, he say, I didn't show up, but nigga, we was there. We say he didn't show up. Thank God that we didn't bump into each other because we started talking about it on the internet. And one company was like, yo, y'all niggas should fight. And this is what could happen. You feel me? So we start thinking about the shit, you feel me? And was like, let's do it. So once we got ready to start doing it, it got so big to where the other company couldn't like keep up with the shit. You feel me? And one date started turning into another date. And then they didn't want to give us the location of the fight. And then it was like, you know, we was missing so much money. Like people that we wasn't expecting was like, yo, we want to come see this fight. So in our numbers, we're like, okay, motherfuckers is willing to pay $500 a ticket. We letting 1,000 people in. We sell, you know what I mean? So that was a half a man right there. So we start thinking, yo, this shit is huge.
Yeah.
Immediately, Snoop Dogg taps in and was like, no. He tapped at first. The dog was like, because that's my big bro. You feel me? That's Unc. So regardless, he like, yo, I just want to. I want to see the fight. I want some information on the fight. So once I got in touch with Snoop and gave him the information on the fight, and you know, things started going, he said he wanted to commentate. So I was like, okay. I got back to these guys and was like, yo, Snoop wants to commentate. They didn't believe it was real. Again, that, you know, no disrespect to them, but things wasn't transpiring fast enough. Mm-hmm. So Snoop was like, yo, y'all should bring that shit to Triller. Mm. And I mean, that's a blessing. Like, who does that? That was a no-brainer. You know what I mean? The culture needs it. So you know, we went and had a conference call with Snoop on the phone. Boskoe and I, everything sounded good. And Snoop encouraged us to start the company. Don't just do this shit with one fight. Y'all ain't boxers. And just gave us a lot of game, you know what I mean? And walked us from point A to point B to C to D, all the way to F to Z on building this company, from going to get the fucking LLC done to just all the little shit that a nigga in his stature does not have to do. So, you know, shout out to that guy for putting us in the game, man.
Gloves Up, Guns Down is the company I'm assuming you're talking about, brother?
Gloves Up, Guns Down. Yep, Gloves Up, Guns Down is where all hip-hop beef is settled, man. You know what I mean? If you got niggas got a problem with each other, you see this range I just bought, nigga, this new. This new.
Yeah. That shit look good, too.
Right way. You feel me? Nigga ain't got to come send me no money on my books. You ain't got to come visit me. I ain't got to be telling niggas to make no free Gonzoe t-shirts.
Word.
That, man, this shit, you know what I mean? It's a blessing. So, again, shout out to the dog. Shout out to Triller. Shout out to Boskoe and every other young nigga or old nigga who's willing to put their integrity on the line opposed to their trigger finger.
Well, let me ask you this. How many rappers have reached out to y'all and are willing to put their pride on the line?
You know what? It's funny you said that. It was some very specific niggas that I knew that had problems that even pulled me into their problems. I immediately hit them niggas. I say the DMs too. I ain't gonna put them out there, but you know you gonna see this, nigga. All of them declined.
Sure.
Every single one of them declined. Like, motherfucker want to talk about killing the motherfucker and how tough they is, but when it comes down to putting them gloves on, we even got headgear for y'all, man. Come battle with your integrity, man, of being a buster. You feel me? And put the gloves on and stop talking, because all we want is peace, man. We want peace, love. We want everybody eating. And most of all, we want to set a good example for the kids so they're not so quick to pick up a gun for free. And you know what I mean? They could make something out their life. You feel me? Who knows what the fuck could happen? I didn't know that I was about to get the most money I've ever made in my fucking life for fighting Boskoe. So to put it in
That's powerful, man. I'm just excited hearing that. You know, we had no idea it was that big of an event, but shout out to you guys. What do you think though about like people like YouTubers fighting like professional fighters? We seen, you know, Mayweather fight McGregor, even though he was a UFC guy, he wasn't really a boxer. But now you got Logan Paul fighting Mayweather. How do you feel about that? Those type of fights, and who do you think is going to win that fight coming up? I think June, real soon. Yeah.
Of course, Mayweather should win. You know what I mean? Mayweather should win. But I'm glad you brought that up, because the game wants to fight Jake Paul.
Seen that.
We're going to pump that shit up right here. The game wants to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, come do it on Gloves Up, Guns Down. You feel me? Triller, of course. Man, let's make this for the culture. This shit is great for the culture. This is great for the culture. It's great. Ain't nobody dying. Ain't no TMZ. TMZ don't care to report on this. You feel me? When in all fairness to them, yeah, they reported on it. But I'm just saying, let them have to RIP some shit. It's gonna be all day, all night, so yeah, the game responded back to Jake Paul, man. We want that fight.
So let me ask you this.
It's great, man. I feel like, man, this is the real. This should be customary in hip hop. because we talk about so much fucking violence and a motherfucker never get to see a motherfucker do anything but some buster shit. It's nothing honorable about killing a motherfucker. That's easy.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm listening to Mo3's music, and I had no idea that this kid was a genius. This nigga was ill.
Yeah, he was real talented, man.
He gone. Over what, man? Like, and I bet the nigga who killed him, his raps ain't worth a motherfucking shit. Just horrible. Same with the nigga that killed Nipsey. Can't rap a fucking just more jealousy and hate. You know what I mean? And most of these niggas dumb as a box of rocks, can't read, you know, ain't articulate in the least bit, but you want to poke your chest out and talk about where you from. Nobody give a fuck where you from, nigga, on some real shit, because there's no value in that. And a nigga could, you know, I don't know, play advocate all day long and try to get some motherfucking free money from the government with these nonprofits and gang outreach. You niggas ain't doing enough. You ain't doing enough to come get that bag. And if you feel like you an old motherfucker that done put in so much work against your own kind of where you deserve money for just being you and being dumb as a motherfucker, man, the times is changing, man. We finna push y'all niggas right up out of there. And I tell you what, we gonna put something in the kids' hands that, you know, they not gonna need us no more. Somebody's gonna get the bright idea like, wait a minute, Floyd Mayweather just made all this money from boxing. It's that easy? Somebody's gonna want to take their ass to the gym every day. Somebody gonna want to be an agent. Somebody's gonna want to be a lawyer. It's just different aspects that we just trying to just show motherfuckers, man. It ain't about going in the studio being a dope head, talking about how many niggas or Latinos or Asians. I mean, you know, ain't nobody making a song besides, you know, about, and I can't say that, but you know what I was gonna say. Ain't nobody making the right music. It's all about killing us. That's cool. I'm entertained by the bullshit too, but when it comes down to it, can we at least just pick the gloves up, feel me, and not kill a nigga?
You think the game and Jake Paul will be serious? I don't know if you know the game. I'm sure you know him better than we do. Is that all talk, or is the game serious? He going in and knock his head off?
I've never met the game before. You know what I mean? That's crazy, right, man? The game.
That is kind of crazy.
Crazy little, I don't know, imaginary beef. He said some things, I said some things, and it was all over the situation with him and Yuckmouth. But the game's from California. He's from Los Angeles. Actually, I'm from Los Angeles. And that's like the only nigga that I probably don't know that's actually from the city over some dumb shit, you know, and you know, and Yuckmouth from the Bay Area. You feel me? So this is a nigga who, again, some dumb shit, and you know, all that shit is gonna be resolved too. You feel me? But yes, I think the game and Jake Paul is gonna fight, and I tell you why, because the money is there. The game's name has way, you know, his name has enough retention rate there to sell them tickets, more than enough. It's the fact about right now, niggas like me, who's gonna campaign to put this shit together and love guns down in the perfect position. And I don't think niggas are gonna get ahead of me more than I'm going Vlad day after tomorrow. I'm finna talk this shit up. Period. So yes, it's finna happen. Yes, it's fucking gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, because Jake Paul got hands, and the game is not a small motherfucker either. So, you know, me telling a nigga, look, nigga, I just smoked all this weed and ran out of gas. I was supposed to be Boskoe that fight. I had all the shots open, but I ran out of gas. I trained properly. I ran out of gas. The game, this nigga's, he's one of them workout type niggas. It looked like he may be a little bit more disciplined.
Yeah.
And if he stays in weed and train, we might have a squabble on our hands. Just my opinion.
Word. Nah, promote it, brother. That's right.
Yeah, no, I think it's masterful what you guys are doing, because if this could really catch in hip hop, man, it'd be a big thing, because maybe people can start, you know, turning their beef into something that's profitable and getting that aggression out. I think it's a great thing. Let's move the subject a little bit and talk about Chicago and rap a little Reese the other day. Now, we talk about this, man, like every other month is a rapper getting robbed, killed, or shot. It seems like an epidemic in hip hop. Talk about that, but talk about Little Reese being shot in Chicago a couple of days ago.
Wow, man. Hopefully Lil Reese is you know, he survives this. Look like he's gonna survive, but I mean, nigga only get 2 eyeballs.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't get nigga only getting 2 eyeballs, Jack. So it's fucked up that, you know, we keep hearing this kid's name and all sort of shit of violence. This is what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Now, I don't know the story. What I read is something over a fucking stolen car, a stolen fucking Jeep. I mean, you know, no disrespect, man, but this is our life we talking about. Now, the nigga who shot him, if you did shoot a nigga over stealing your motherfucking Jeep, you're a special. That nigga's a special type of stupid. But this is what we dealing with. It's so many niggas that'll shoot you over nothing. Like these niggas, you know, he throwing up gang signs all over the nigga like he got one. But it's sad that this is where we at mentally. Like this nigga's really out here that nigga, that's probably the highlight of his life. He in jail. Like, nigga, I shot Lil Reese. I'm the nigga that shot Lil Reese. I'm the nigga that, I mean, can you imagine the little niggas who shot my little nigga, what's the little nigga name? The 50 just put his shit out.
Oh, Pop Smoke.
Hey, Pop,
Yeah.
man.
Now, you know, I'm hearing this nigga's in there in the jailhouse. My little cousins in the jailhouse, they called me and said, yeah, man, I met the little nigga who popped whoop-de-whoop today. And I'm like, how you know that was him? He said, because the nigga walked up to me and that's how he introduced himself.
Damn.
I'm the nigga that pulled up smoke. I said, wow, you niggas that's horrible. But, you know, I feel like, man, I can't really get niggas business because they said it was property stolen. But again, a Jeep or a car, man, you know, I've been there to where it's just the point that a nigga just want to, you know what I mean, prove a point and so niggas don't do it to you again. But nigga shot, you feel me? Motherfucker done the shooting, 2 people in jail in custody. I mean, who the fuck won here?
You know, we had violence in our era of hip hop, and we heard it and it went down. But it seems like this era, like old guy said, it's every other month, it's every week. God damn it, we're hearing something. Why do you think that is? Is it the internet? Is it just the drunk and just the addiction of the attention of this shit? Like kind of what you were alluding to, people kind of throwing up, hey, I shot this person, I did this. Like, what do you think it is that got these kids out here in this rap game that got targets on their back anywhere they go?
Everybody ain't a rapper. And the niggas who ain't rappers, you feel me? They don't mind shooting a nigga because that's gonna be their way in the game. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't no rapper. But they're riding around. It's niggas riding around right now, 4 deep in the car, just looking for some shit to nigga got pain on. Niggas just looking for any little. I mean, it is what it is. Like hip hop has invited motherfuckers into our circle outside of the recording booth, outside of the studio. A motherfucker be a hell of a dope dealer, and somehow in his mind he feel like, nigga, I'm a CEO of a record label somewhere. Motherfucker, you know, be some sort of a bum. Nigga be a bum. But he'd get a hold to a gun and find out where the ballers is going to the club. And next thing you know, he trying to rob one of them. And continue doing that until we catch his motherfucking ass and split his motherfucking watermelon. It's niggas out here that's just robbing the wrong motherfuckers. That could get a 10 or 15 niggas killed in the summertime.
Yeah.
I remember one time, bro, I ain't gonna say no names, but it's one of my niggas, and he got into it. Now, this is one of my niggas that I went to high school with. But he from another part of town. You feel me? This nigga get into it once we get a little bit older. He get into it at a pool party with some of my niggas. You feel me? They don't know that I know the nigga from high school. And they put hands on the nigga, right? This nigga was back in the day riding around motherfucking LA. Like when town cars first came out, like the new cut of the town car, he would take the town car and make a lowrider out of it, which was unheard of. The nigga was having a lot of this, right? these niggas decided to put their hands on this nigga. And, for the whole summer, this nigga cleaning house, nigga. And wanting niggas to know he's doing it, coming through in them tail cars with the chopsticks, cleaning house. So what I'm saying is sometimes the motherfucker could stumble upon and to be all fair, the nigga with this, if you keep trying to party around the circle of motherfuckers who broke and don't have it just because you have it and you want to feel like the king, eventually you're gonna have to jeopardize everything you built up to prove that point. And again, it's for what? It's for what? Like, you nigga, you got the money now. You want to stand around some niggas who don't got it? Like,
yeah.
For it.
On another note, something real dope I saw coming out of the boxing event was you and Ice Cube kind of getting back, and you kind of, I guess, just mending, you know what I mean, fences with your brother, man. Talk about that experience, man.
Man, that was a beautiful thing. That was 25 years in the making. You know what I'm saying? I done some dumbass shit. You feel me? Like all this shit that I'm talking about, all this shit that you know what I mean? I be giving up the game on the wake your game up shit. It's no tripping. Anyway. Yeah, I done some dumb shit. You feel me? I just said something to him and that was totally out of pocket, ungrateful, a kid, you know what I'm saying? Thinking the world owed me shit. You feel me? One hot record in a group. And I just said some crazy shit and you know, he done what he was supposed to do. Let a nigga go find his own way. You feel me? Like, you don't think that this shit is adequate for you, go find your own way. I didn't understand that at the time. You feel me? I was only feeling like I was being wronged. You know, motherfucker give you the world. You wanna start dictating how they gonna give it to you next. I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? I was a kid, but I got a chance to not only shake his hand in a VIP environment that he, you know, I didn't come there on, you know, because he let me in. So to be there and look him in his eye and do exactly what he told me to go do, like, nigga, go find your own way, and be able to find my way, shake his hand, apologize, like, nigga, I'm here. It meant the world to me. You know what I mean? And man, it's a blessing. So, you know, thank that nigga for even putting us in the game, man. Like, you know what I mean? And being able to make a full circle of understanding, you know what I mean? From adolescence to not knowing shit to being inappreciative to appreciative and grateful and humble and being able to say thank you and shake his hand.
Sure. So talk about some of the what you can talk about, some of the opportunities that came out of the fight with you and Boskoe, whatever you can speak about with us.
Me and Boskoe, we got a podcast coming up. Got movie shit coming up. I mean, we're about to do this comedy roast on it. We're going on tour to do this comedy roast.
Okay.
Pretty comedy roast is, you know, called the pot roast, where damn, I just said anyway, but that's what we do.
Yeah, got you.
And him, we be traveling and just doing a roast. Me and him. He's going on one side of the ring. I'm on another side of the ring, nigga, and we just going at it on some Def Jam shit with people performing and other comedians as well doing their comic sets. But we're gonna do something a little bit different with the comedy shit, you know what I mean? Because we all got niggas in our hood that's just professional baggers, professional shit talkers. Like, they do the platform, you feel me? So we're about to create
Smart, man.
The Def Jam head-to-head bagging, jonesing, whatever cats call it, the dozens. And yeah, nigga, we gonna get them cats a platform, man, and try to create a raw underground Def Jam type of feel. You feel me?
Love it.
To a city near you, or it's gonna be foundation somewhere in location?
Near you, man. Coming to city near you. First city we going to is Detroit. I'm putting it together. Players out in Detroit, you know, them niggas got more money out there than Trey.
Yeah.
First time we doing it, we got to do it in Detroit just to sustain the economy.
Yeah.
Word up. That's a dope, man. We're super proud of you, man, and happy for you. talking to you in the beginning of the year, where you were at, even with Boskoe and all the bullshits, where you at now. Man, proud of you, bro. And thank you for sitting down with us, man. Definitely appreciate you.
No doubt.
I appreciate you guys. Anytime, available anytime, man. I love doing this shit. Y'all got the best promo, the best marketing. So every time y'all show us a humongous look for me. So, you know, that's why I'm so diligent. Don't put it all on me, nigga. Let them know what y'all doing too.
Nah, man, we appreciate you, man. Any
brother.
fights y'all got going on or something, man, might have to holler at you, man. Get some tickets and come make an appearance in that motherfucker, man.
Definitely.
Do it. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. I hear Evander Holyfield and Oscar De La Hoya is coming back with a, so that's probably two big events that you know what I mean, we want the whole hip hop community to step out and support.
Let us know some details, man. We'll be in the building.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro. Go enjoy your day, man.
Yeah,
Gonzoe.
man. Much success, brother. Peace.
Go to Gonzoe.net.